Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you out there, see how all of you are doing. And I got some angels floating around here. It's too funny. Anyway, I hope that all of you are doing great, and as always, I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere, you know. So either, like I said, and I always will say, either, at a hiking place, nice, beautiful hiking trail, that's my favorite, or, like on a bike trail, where you can still get out in nature somewhere on that trail, or at a beautiful park, hopefully, there's a lot of beautiful parks out there, Starlight loves all three, but hiking trails is absolutely my favorite. And did I say a favorite? Yes. Hiking trails. Get me in the middle of nowhere, kind of hiking places, you know. So anyway, besides getting out and taking a hike or, going out for a walk somewhere, make sure, like I know in my area it gets, this is my time right now. My birthday's coming up, so I'm so excited. We're almost at the end of July, so I am all excited. This is my time to celebrate my birth, around this time. So anyway, besides being the end of July and getting out for a hike is to make sure you get plenty of water. Starlight is, especially this time of year, I always bring my little cooler with me, and I bring like 6 bottles. I know, it's all the wrong kind of water, but I gotta have water. It's just that, I bring cold water with me. That way, I bring 6 bottles, not just for me, but just in case somebody else needs some water. So I always think of other people, and I always had that mixed up before. I always thought of other people before myself. So now it's all the way around in the opposite way. I'm thinking about myself, but, I do still think of others. I can't help it. That's who I am. So anyway, I look out and it looks like a beautiful day. So everything is backwards. I am trying to work on my schedule and trying to do my routine different. So you would believe, I don't have a watch anymore on me, but I woke up and, it's amazing. This is my first time ever doing this, is to wake up, and the first thing I did is to get ready to make a video. Because I didn't make a video last night like I normally would do, because I am trying to mix things up with my routine. One of my friends out there, my only friend actually, has been letting me know to, mix this up. And so that's what I did. I am mixing things up today. I'm not going to go to Vermont like I normally do every Sunday. So I don't even know what the universe has in store for me. So I have to look online. And I'm just letting you know these things because it is so important. Sometimes people get stuck, and they wonder how come the same thing happens, because they're doing the same stuff and then they get the same results. So I do definitely understand that you do have to mix your routine up. And anyway, so Starlight just crawled out of bed. Would you believe that? It took me like a little bit of time, of course, to get dressed. This is one of my favorite dresses that I am wearing. I love wearing black. And so I decided, I have not wore this in years. So I'm like, I might, hey, go out to the mall and look around, because this is the kind of thing you want to wear at a mall. So anyway, besides letting you know how important it is to mix your routine up, is before I get too carried away, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, welcome. And I am so glad to see that you are here visiting with Starlight. This is going to be an interesting topic. I already made this video but I never sent it out. So that was an old video. Everything is so different in that video. I'm going to have to delete it off of my computer because I didn't send it out. So I'm going to remake it. But if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me on YouTube at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And you can give my video a thumbs up, and you could share it with a friend, family, your dog, your cat, your bird, maybe? Snakes? Do you got snakes in your house like Starlight did? um, or squirrels. Yeah. Never know what kind of pets people have. Starlight doesn't care. But no, I don't have any pets here. Besides sharing, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can leave a message down below. You can ring that notification bell and look at I have this angel. It glows in the dark. It just keeps on tapping me, and it's trying to get my attention back there. So anyway, now I am not going to make you suffer any longer. I think I've made you suffer long enough. I know people don't have a lot of patience when it comes to videos. And anyway, today the topic is I've been getting messages from the universe and my angels. I love them. I do. I love my angels. I pray every day. Like today, I woke up and I'm like, okay, universe, angels, what are you going to have for Starlight today? I'm so amazed on how the universe and the archangels work with numbers, symbols. I have been getting so many signs from the universe of good luck coming my way. I just had a yellow and black ladybug land on me in a different, in the same park, in a different park that I don't go to a lot, on a hill, like I was right out there on a hill in the park. And I never did that spot before to do yoga. And I can't believe it. I didn't know that they even are out at this time. Normally I see them out in the month of October. But a yellow, and I've never seen this, a yellow and black ladybug landed on me. And after that, a red and black ladybug right at the same place. I mean, like, really? And I also seen I had a black cat in my dream. So I got a message out of that one. That's why I'm making this video here. That I seen a black cat in my dream, and that, a lot of people say it's not good. But what I was looking up, it's not that bad having a black cat, So I have good luck. It's all surrounding me. I've had butterflies landing on me, all, 3 of them already. So it's here, I'm being patient. So anyway, but that is not what today's message is about. Sorry. So anyway, today's message is, like I said, I did make this video before, is, and this can go for guys and for women or ladies. I know, ladies, really, I don't believe, at least for me, I could say, I don't know about if you're a lady out there, is, do you like getting called a woman or a lady? Starlight prefers to be called a lady than a woman. I guess the woman sounds old, and nobody wants to have a name that makes them feel older than what they are, So I really don't know the definition of woman, but, it does. It's kind of a, but people use that word a lot, but I really prefer ladies. It sounds better. So anyway, this is for ladies or men. And Starlight, just to let you know up front, whoops, sorry about that, is, like they have submissive men and dominant males. And then they also have submissive women and dominant women. So, do you know what you are? Are you a dominant male, or are you a submissive male? Or are you a dominant female? Ooh. Or a feminine female? So, it is interesting how way society is. We somewhat have it mixed up some ways, where, really the males should be the dominant and the females really kind of should be the feminine. Where the way society is, the way we've been programmed, either through, the government, the news, and the school system, or our parents, where the roles have been reversed. Oops, I got an itch. So anyway, now I don't know how your parents were, and sometimes this actually will happen where you might have been brought up a certain way where maybe the mother was the dominant, and I have a mother and a stepmother, and I have to say they were more on the dominant side than they were the feminine, the submissive side. I got the feminine part from the twin flame part, but so when I was brought up under that kind of way of getting brought up, I later on went to church, and I was finding out that, the women, it said in the Bible for women to be submissive unto their husbands. And Starlight always wanted to be that, I found out about this a while back, is to be a trophy wife. I want to be a trophy wife. I want my husband, I'm not quite married yet, is I want him, like, kind of brag and like, hey, I got the best wife that I could find. I want him to be proud of me. So, I do. I want him to be so proud of his wife, and same here with me is I want to be so proud of my husband that, I brag about him. I don't talk bad behind his back. I don't have a knife behind his back. I want him to know that, I am, he's going to feel safe with me, that he can trust me, and I'm not going to tell, people his secrets or anything like that, what goes behind the doors, is between him and I, and, that I want to submit unto him, if he wants to go and do something, where guys can actually, when they are married and, you're living together, of course, I hope, right? You're married. I hope you're living together in your own house where you're not living together with your mom and dad, and that does happen sometimes, with people, never know what goes on out there. But, where I desire to, like the way it can work is that the man would be the head of the household, which right now I'm the head of the household now because nobody's here. Somebody's got to be the head of the house. I don't have any pets, so right now I am the head, but once I get married, hey, I'm not going to be the head of the household anymore. He is going to be the head of the house. So I want him to be fully in charge. But does that mean that he's got to control everything Starlight does? Absolutely not. So you do have to, like, be thoughtful because I have gone on a few dating apps in my past, and what I discovered, I was searching for all over, like, where is that dominant male? Starlight's like, woo, I got a thing for dominant males, not submissive. I went with a submissive male before, and sorry, that is not for Starlight. Absolutely not. It just was not working for me, you know. I would not want to be with I desire to be with a man that, has some power to him, that, like he's good at making choices, and he's not afraid to make choices for the household, that he takes charge. He does. He's not only a dominant male, but he's a protector. He's going to protect his wife and his children and his pets. Don't forget his pets, and also, like to take care of the family, like to make sure their needs are met and stuff like that. And they say that he's the provider in the home, so when it comes to being married, where not every woman and every guy is going to like this, because if you're a submissive male, you might not like what Starlight's saying, and if you're dominant female, you might not like what I'm saying either, where the women want to rule the man, but that's not what the Bible says, the way God intended it. There's reasons for the roles that God has set for us as women and, I said that word, didn't I? Ladies and men, so the thing is that when I went on dating apps, what I discovered was I had a hard time, I really did, is to find the right kind of dominant male. So Starlight, I even was on, don't tell anybody, but I even went on Dom and Sub dating apps. I was so serious about finding this dominant male, to dominate Starlight, because I am a submissive. I love having a man control me and tell me what to do. It's kind of strange. Isn't that weird? Where not all the females these days like that at all. It goes against every grain in them to have a male tell them what to do. And but that's the thing is, are you a male that is dominant, but maybe you are way too dominant? It's great that you're dominant. I did get a message from the universe, and but are you too dominant? And that was my video that I made before. Are you too dominant? What is a dominant male supposed to control, his wife with? You know, um, there's there's do's and don'ts kind of thing. You know, um, he's going to want to love and protect his wife, from things happening to her, and I've seen this in the past is that some women might get upset, like a really good husband, a man that really loves his wife. Is he going to want other men? He knows the mind of men because he is a man himself. That's why I never go to girls to ask about what a guy is like or why does men do what they do. Sorry. I ask men, why do men do this? Why do men act this way? Why do men do this? I don't ask females that question. Absolutely not. Why? The females are not going to be the ones to really have the answer unless they did a study, like they're a psychologist that has studied males and understand them, you know. But most women are not really going to understand a lot about the males, why they behave and why they are made a certain way. So that's why I go and ask males. But you got to ask the right males. you know. So that's what I used to do is to ask, my one brother, but then I realized he was not quite the right male to ask all those questions, you know. So there's males out there, and I've met them in person, and because I wrote to them a lot on dating apps, and they will travel wherever to get to you. They will. They will drive a long way just to find that sub that they're searching for, and there's different types of dominant males. Some of them are dominant only in the bedroom, and they might be submissive outside the bedroom, where they're the dominant role in the bedroom scene, but after that, then they're like, they don't want to have all that responsibilities. So when it comes to, where, like, I love having a man control, like, here, I'll give you, like to pay for the bills and take care of the bills. And, I'll give him my money for whatever, like if he wants my money to take care of anything. But let him do all the, the important stuff like that. And they, like, sometimes what it is that males don't want that responsibility. And, sometimes they say, well, she's better at doing it than me. Well, then you're giving her the power to, to rule, where I believe it's really important for the male to be the head of the house, like it says in the Bible, but what should he control and what shouldn't he control? I've met many men in my area that were overly dominating, where, and it all depends on you and the lady, where they wanted to control where I could go, like, whether I could go to my mom's house or my brother's or sister's. Now, is that over controlling? Yes, that's over controlling. They wanted to control every aspect of my life, everything about me, almost like they're making a clone of themselves, So you do have to be cautious of that, not to over control, So Starlight loves dominant males, but I've always had a very hard time finding exactly what kind of dominant male I have been looking for. Searching for, I believe I found out I was really into dominant males, like, about 2012 is when I discovered this whole dom and sub thing. Submissive, like, what is it? They had that movie. I loved it so much. Oh my, something gray. I gotta figure this out. But I don't know if it was I don't know. It's really a steamy. Not everybody liked it though. Depending on what you're into. And that was about subs and doms. A very rich man that was a dominant, and he wanted a submissive, person in his life. But I can't remember what that. I can't believe it. But I did listen to that actually before I watched the movie on. I think they call it audio on it was cassettes in my car. I could have had a car accident. The part that I was listening to, I was like, okay, Starlight, what are you doing on the road? Why are you doing that? So yeah, I just was like, it was really, I just couldn't believe what I was listening to, and I got overly excited as I was driving and almost went off the road. So it is kind of funny. So I'm huge in the dominant males. But like I said, is that I've met dominant males that were way too dominant for Starlight. I'm like, whoa, I do want to be dominated, where, he makes he's like, hey, like when he's not working and whatever, like, depending on your male, he might work Monday through Friday, the 9 to 5 hours or whatever hours that he works, and on the weekend, where he can decide what you're going to do for the weekend. And I have no problem with that. See, those are the things the dominant male can do, where he could say, hey, well, he's going to check in with his wife, right? Hey, like, tomorrow, let's go and travel over to whatever state, and we can go out and go to this hiking place or go out to the ocean or wherever, he wants to, wherever he desires to take you, and let's go out later on to a beautiful restaurant and get some really good vegan food, where he wants to take her out, and so she can get prepared and dressed up and get her clothes ready for that special day, where, see, he can do that kind of stuff. Now, other kind of dominant males they will say, this is what we're doing, and she has no say to it, and that's absolutely fine. Where other dominant males can say, hey, honey, I was thinking is I would love to take you out, like to let's go out, and we have to get our clothes ready. So she does need to know these things so she can get prepared for that trip. Is let's take the whole weekend and go and travel somewhere. We're going to spend, a couple of days out at a hotel or a motel or whatever those are. So wherever you're going to take her, we're a nice, beautiful place to stay the weekend. Maybe they got, Starlight really doesn't like pools, but, maybe you're in the pools, or maybe you want to take her out swimming over the weekend. And so you're going to stay over the weekend at a place, and just go and visit wherever. Like maybe there's an ocean somewhere or a hiking trail that you want to take her, or, wherever, where you could let her know, hey, what do you think about this? So you're kind of letting her know, and you're actually including her in on this trip to see, like what she thinks. But you don't even have to do that, where, like what I was taught is that you could say, hey, this is what we're doing, and he's taking full charge. He's not, saying, hey, like she's his mommy, and saying, hey, is it okay, mommy, if I can take you out? He's taking absolutely full control, and he's saying, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to come with me, and we're going to go, and we are going to have fun. And she's like, okay, let's do this. Is that you or no? Did I lose some of you? So other ways that and this, okay, now I picked on guys a little bit, so now we're going to pick on women. Where women that are too dominant, I've definitely been around them my whole life. A lot of them. So I definitely have seen a lot of dominant females, where they will try to boss their husband or boyfriend, of telling them what they can wear or not. You're not, I don't want you wearing that. They're embarrassed because they don't like his clothes. And so she might say, go put something else on. She's acting like the mommy, to her husband, and, she might get upset because, he's sitting and relaxing. What are you doing sitting there? Why don't you go out and do some work? I'm just saying things that I have witnessed in my life, where they have the tendency to take over, take charge, where she's the one telling him what to do. And, he's a submissive man. He doesn't even, he's scared of her. He is, and she knows it. And a lot of times what I've witnessed in my life is it's a shame, but it happens over and over again. My cheeks burn because I've seen it so much. Is where a lot of times males, because a lot of women do this. Starlight does not do this. Starlight loves it, so she's not going to discipline a man and tell him to do this. But where a lot of females will use sex as a tool, and she uses it, and says, do this and do that, and more or less that he knows that if he doesn't do this and do that, that he might not get any sex later on. you know, maybe not at all that week, you know, where she uses it as a tool to discipline him. And then, you know, when he goes out and buys her stuff, then she'll have sex with him, you know. So then when he goes out to take her out for dinner, later on she has sex with him. So as long as he's a good little boy, you know, she will have sex with him. But if he doesn't do exactly what she wants him to do, she's like, no, you're not getting it today. Oh, no, no, you heard me. You know, so that happens a lot where women, you know, and it's shame on me for saying this, but, you know, and I hope you know, like I'm not trying to hurt any females out there, but to me, you know, I've gone on so many dates and men were treating me that way that they didn't want to buy, you know, like I always wanted to buy my meal when I would meet and greet, you know, like, and that is meeting somebody the first time off of a dating app where I call it, hey, let's do a meet and greet. And people are like, what is a meet and greet? I came up with it, or maybe somebody else did. I don't know where I got it from, but that's what I called it is, hey, this is our first time that we're going to meet and greet. And, you know, we'll meet at a park or, you know, somewhere out in public somewhere. And then if I don't get no red flags, hey, would you like to go to dinner later? So anytime I did that, because I had some bad experiences with men on this, is, you know, I would bring my own money and I'm like, I am paying for my meal, you know, because I've had where men were thinking, if I'm not getting any sex, if I don't get a kiss from her, if I don't get this or that from her, I'm not buying her dinner, you know. So it is weird how this happens with the sexes, you know, men or females, you know, where they're using, you know, I'm not a prostitute. I am sorry. Not this chick. You're not buying me to have sex with me. You know, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to work. You know, I'm not going to, um, you know, like, have sex with you so you can buy my dinner later. You know, so a lot of women don't understand that when they actually use that sex tool, you know, against men, is really, you're really acting like a prostitute. Well, I'm not going to have sex with you until you take me to the mall. You know, so it's like, I'll give you sex, and then you can give me, you know, like some clothes. Buy me some clothes. I want some clothes, or take me out to dinner. Take me out. I want to go travel somewhere. So then, you know, I want to go here, and if you don't take me out to that place, you don't buy the whole trip, pay for the gas, pay for the trip, then I'm not going to have sex with you later on. So then it really programs the men to think a different way. Then they're thinking, I see, I understand now. Women think that when I buy them something, you know, that means that they're going to give me sex. And no, absolutely not. Not this chick. I'm not a prostitute. You know, I can make really good money. I would charge, you know, if I was going to be a prostitute, you're going to freaking pay. There ain't no cheap one here. If I was going to be, I'm not no prostitute. I'm not a whore, you know. So, if I was like that, believe me, I'm not gonna be charging you $25. You know, I'm gonna make sure you're paid for that. You know, but this is how society is that society is believing this. You know, I've met many men out in my area, you know, where, you know, like I'm at dinner and I'm thinking, I'm pulling my wallet out, you know, like here, I'm paying for my meal, you know, and this is a great way of me finding out who is who because I'm pulling my money out and the guy's like, no, it's on me. Oh, okay, I'll put my money back, you know, but because I've had many men, you know, treat me like a prostitute. Like, hey, I didn't get sex from you. I'm not going to buy a meal from you because they thought I was just using them for their money, you know. So, or they wouldn't want to, you know, like, you know, it's like, what's in it for me? You know, really, Starlight didn't pick the most expensive meal, you know. And I'll tell you what, if the meal only costed $10, you know, that would not be worth any sex job. $10. I'll give you a hug. Really, man, if I was a prostitute, I'm telling you, you're going to pay. Because you're going to get it's not going to be a cheap job. It's not going to be a quickie, So I'm being funny with you, but really, that's just how society is. Has turned is, not all men are like this. So I'm making this clear, and not all women are like this. Not all women go out and sell themselves out like this. And I am sorry if I offend you, but really that's what not me, but that's what, there's people out there doing this. They're saying, hey, I'm not going to give in until you give me something. What am I getting out of this, So, you really don't want to get hooked up with somebody like that, because then it's just not what you're looking for, really. I want to, like a dominant male, yes, but if I decide, hey, I'm going to go, I don't have any girlfriends, but, I want to go to my girlfriend's house later on, where I could say, hey, are we going to do anything later on? And he's like, no, we don't have any plans. You can, go to your girlfriend's house later, where there's some dominant males out there, even dominant females that like, no, you're not going to your friend's house, and I understand there might be friends out there that are not really friends, but really, you have to communicate in a different way, and not to use sex as a tool against a man. And then, not all men are, I found out, not all men are weak in that area. It's surprising. I've only met one in my whole life, that is not so weak when it comes to sex, so it's a miracle. So the question is, are you too dominant? And females really, it's different. Females, ladies, if you want to be dominant in the bedroom scene, Starlight could be dominant. Some men, like having a woman dominate them in the bedroom scene. I actually, and when it comes to the bedroom scene, I can be the dominant or the submissive. I can switch. It's a fun. A lot of fun things can happen behind the bedroom scene. Starlight loves role playing. I love playing all sorts of roles, and it's good for seeing how good you are at acting, and like to get out of yourself. And at first, I know when I did role playing, I was really shy. Where, after a while practicing, I got better, like at role playing and acting things out. And it really does add some spice to your life. It really does. It can be fun. You shouldn't be embarrassed. I understand if you're new with each other, but if you've been married for 5 years, and you're just like, oh, I'm so shy. Why? You should relax with your partner, girls and guys, relax, have fun, and not that everything has to be in the bedroom, you got your whole house, have fun with it, you definitely don't, Starlight is definitely not boring when it comes to relationships, like I love to have spice in my life, and I love to have things interesting. So, and that's how it should be, always get each other guessing, it is great to, like to surprise her, or surprise him, and like, set things up. And it doesn't always have to be on holidays or Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, my ears just got clogged. So it is good to really just like, hey, it's not her birthday, it's not Valentine's Day. Starlight really doesn't care if she celebrates Christmas at all, just to let you know. You know, um, so, it is really fun. Like maybe you could find a private location somewhere where there's some water, and go swimming nude, where you can, nobody's around. You're like, hey, So really, girls, I love all of you, I really do, but let him dominate you. You can always dominate him. Take full control in that bedroom if he'll let you, right? You can say, "Hey, it's my turn. I'm gonna be the dom. I'm gonna." You can have fun in the bedroom scene because there's some guys that they're so um, um, always being dominant, like playing that man role, like with his business or something like that, and he just might, like want to just reverse, like what they call switch, where he's going to give you permission to say, "Hey, dominate me, baby." So you want to definitely don't punish your men, like with sex, please. Because it's only going to ruin your relationship down the road, and it's going to confuse him, and it's just not the right thing to do for him. And guys, I love all of you, but please don't be too over dominating. I did get a message from the universe, and where you don't want to be over, trying to dominate every aspect of her life. I did get a dream, it's like, what? So you do want her to have, choices that she can make all on her own without being dominated, so make sure you know what your roles are and what the do's and don'ts are as far as dominating. So, yeah, so you just got to be careful how, you don't want to over dominate, and that goes for males and females, be that submissive, say, yes, sir, when he tells you, they love that stuff, men love being called sirs, or masters. What else? Or like I have one myself is king. Yes, my king. So you do want to have fun with all this. When it comes to having a relationship with somebody, you know, um, have fun. Nobody's around in your house. I hope. Just get out of yourself. And anyway, I know this is kind of getting long here. I could go on forever on this topic. This is one of I love dominant males, and I love, I can't help myself. I've been a submissive my whole entire life. I just didn't know I was submissive until um, later on in my life that I was finding out, that there was all different levels of dominant males. I mean, like, it's a whole bunch of different types. So it's just women. They're out there. You just got to find the right one. The guy that loves to dominate and not unless you're into if you want a man over dominating, but really God wants us to like me to be my own individuality, like to be myself, but still have a man to, like dominate me, to be that perfect, like perfect husband, to be that right kind of husband for me, like to not to overdo it. It is so important, like so you're gonna have to really just find that male out there that's not too over dominating, because God does want me to be me, and that my person there, when I get married, that he doesn't overtake who I am. Let me be who I am, myself. Let me discover who I am, and where like he can help me to get molded to that, like that perfect, my greatest version of myself, and women, we can help, like, the male out, but not to dominate him, only in the bedroom, right, girls? So anyway, I do love all of you, and like I said, I could have gone on this topic because it's one of my favorite topics. Um, Talking about relationships and doms and subs, of course. So anyway, I hope you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, and also you can share it with a friend, a family. I don't know if you want to share this video, though, with your pets. You know, they might learn something here. Be like, hey, they might, they might say, hey, I'm supposed to be the dominant. You're supposed to be the sub. So anyway, you can ring the notification bell. Plus, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can leave a message down below the video, that is. And you can find me or follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I wanted more light, but the light that's there, I have 3 light bulbs there that it shines in that, and that mirror, and it was like blur and everything, so I only can use these 2 lights. So I hope it's light enough here. And anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you've learned something, because the universe did give me a message, especially for you. So anyway, I do love all of you, and hey guys, be that dominant male that you're supposed to be. If you're a submissive guy, you can always change. You could say, yeah, like I need to take you need to take your power back. Don't let her steal your power. God gave you the power to dominate, but don't be over dominating. It's very important. Over dominating could be, could turn somebody off, it might be too much. So, and women, be the submissive female, hey, have fun in the bedroom. That's where you like dominating? Go in there and dominate him. So anyway, I do love all of you, and this is Starlight, love and light. Peace.